thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Amy and I appreciate you taking the time to view my video. If you're new to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe. If you like the video, once you completed viewing it, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Share the video to your friends and make a comment below if you have any questions or comments. If you like my painting, I'd love to hear from you. Now tonight, what I'm going to go ahead and do is get started giving you the paints that I'm using. Light lavender, this is a multi-surface paint. Another multi-surface paint is Perfect Purple. And then I'm using Umber, which is also multi-surface. Schoolbus Yellow, which is Folk Art Enamels. And then Wicker White, which is also Folk Art Enamels, sorry about that. Yellow Citron, Folk Art Enamel, and Thicket. I will be using the purples and the Wicker White to do the flowers. I will be creating these using a number 10 flat brush. It's a one-stroke glass brush actually. And this is what it looks like. And then my scraggly old Scruffy, which is a small, I don't know really what the size is because it no longer has a coating, but I know that it's relatively small. And we are going to be using my trusted palette paper that I can just do the design on, and then when I'm finished, toss it out. I'm going to begin by double loading my brush using the Perfect Purple. I'm going with the darker color first and the Wicker White. I just dip each side into it, into each color of paint, get back and forth a few times, and then I have my double loaded brush. I'm not really picky about that. I know that there are people that probably would cringe at how I actually load my brushes, and I do a lot of times keep some paint on them and don't switch it back and forth like some people do. But basically what I'm doing on this one is just keeping it up on the tip of the brush and just putting it down on the paper and then pulling it back. Putting it down, pulling it back. Very simple. Anybody can do this. That's the whole purpose of my videos, is to encourage people to paint. Be creative. My paintings are just to give you an idea of what can be done. You do not have to stick with my design, obviously. Add your own personality to it. I'm just going back over some of these strokes. I want them to be a little bit darker. But I just keep turning it. This is going to be my open flower. Like my whole flower, and not just part of it showing. Again, I'm just touching and pulling back. Touching and pulling back. And we'll just continue to do the same thing, just around here. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. If you need perfection, you can always, draw a circle to use as a guideline. Again, I don't particularly care to do that. I don't really care if it's perfect. So that's my point on there. Sorry, got a glob in there. Anyhow, you can go over it if you think that you want to maybe make the strokes bigger or add more color to it. That's really up to you. Alright, so I'm just doing this, and then I'll be adding. You don't have to keep going over it. I just wanted to. Alright, I'll just do it a little bit more, and then I'll stop. I mean, you can just go around once and leave it, call it a day. Alright, so then I'm going to kind of wet my brush off a little bit and throw in the lighter color purple. I am going to lead still with the white so that the white is showing, and just kind of touch part way into the bottom row as far as not going clear to the end. I'm just doing part way through the stroke that I just did. And then I just keep turning my paper. Hopefully I'm on screen here. Still trying to get my setting back to what I had it before. I kind of messed it up doing something else, and now I feel like I can't get it back to where I used to have it, that it hit my videos properly. So you can still see it. I mean, it's a lighter version of the purple. If you want to go around with a little bit darker before you dot in the center, you can. You can even just turn your brush a little bit so that you're actually getting the darker end, and that will be, you're actually leading in with the white, so the dark is on the further end of your brush, like that. You can see that? So that's why it's getting darker. Because you want to have some contrast. I mean, you want to be able to see it. If it's all the same color, then it would be hard to see. And even though it seems like I'm not doing this, I am actually putting white on the other end of it, but it's kind of looking like the lighter purple. But I think you can tell what I'm doing here, I hope. Alright, so then I'm going to go to my next flowers, again starting with the darker purple, the perfect purple as it's called. Alright, now these are going to be, again, starting with the darker purple, and actually I'm doing it backwards. Don't do what I'm doing. Do it the right way. Oh my goodness. I tell I've got a little dyslexia going on here. Some of the stuff I do. I amaze myself at times. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Again, this is just going to be a closed part of the flower. It's not going to be open like that one. I am working in odd numbers, so I will be doing this in a set of 3 flowers. You can do it however many you want, but if you see my videos, you know that I am pretty much into doing odd numbers. Like I said, you can still see it. And I'm going to go back in with some of the darker purple and just keep filling this in until I get a fully formed, I guess, partial bloom. Not really a bud, because it's not really small. I wouldn't call it a bud. But a closed flower per se. What I might do on this one, so I have a little bit of the darker purple towards the end, is just tap my brush into the darker purple, and then you have a contrast there. Like I said, that's the main thing, is to be able to see it. Now, you know, if you wanted to come down more, you could. This one I'm going to leave like that, because they don't all have to be the same. Just similar. It's basically, you get the gist. You get the gist of it. But it's just really a simple stroke. So you can make it bigger, you can make them thinner, fatter, just whatever appeases your eye, or eyes I should say. Hopefully you have more than one eye. I'm still working on putting my restock cell together, because I really do want to get moving on painting glass again. I really, really do. Okay, I'm following the same thing here. I'm going in with the lighter color and the white. And I'm going to go back another row with the purple. Do that. And like I said, you can be a little bit more loose with how you're painting it. You have some of the petals coming down a little bit. You know, whatever works for you, do it. That's all I can say. Is just make it speak about you and how you do your art, how you put it together. It doesn't have to be like anybody else's. Give it your own touch. Now I've double loaded my Scruffy brush, so I'm just going to go in here in the center and just kind of do a circle and keep tapping in my metal. I like that. And I mean, you can tap in, you know, more to make it darker, lighter. I'm going to put in just a touch of the white just around the bottom here. I'm just kind of touching it. I like that center. It's probably one of the better centers I've done. I'm getting better. I used to paint all the time, then I got away from it. So, honestly, I'm trying to rebuild my skill, I think. Kind of like riding a bicycle maybe, but I've gotten a little rusty with it. Oh, where does my, there it goes. Alright, so then for my petals, I am going to do, in the stems, I'm going to use the Thicket and that Citron yellow. Citron. Still never have figured out how to say that correctly. Alright, I kind of like my vine or my stem to go off to the side a little bit, not just be straight down. Some of them are straight, and that's fine. Some of them are straight, and that's perfectly, you know, it just depends on the flower and what kind of look you're coming up with. And I am going to pull these in, do a little bit of work here, like to kind of connect these to the actual stem. I kind of like those. Alright, and then come over and do the same thing to this one. And I just want to get it tapped in here. Just very lightly, just pull, and then you can add your little stem to it. Just do a light touching and pulling it in. I just kind of like to smooth it out though, so that it doesn't look like you just stuck it there. And then we're going to do the bigger leaves. Honestly, you can do these, if you like the bigger leaves, you can do it with bigger leaves. And I mean like these, not just thin off the brush. You know, just pulling it and then kind of pulling it down like I did in my last video. Kind of thinner leaves. And just wiggle them. Or you can make them more curved, you know, up like that. You can do it with a different size brush. For the purpose of this video, I'm pretty much just sticking with the same brush. And I'm sorry, my dryer was running in the background. I'm a multitasker, so I have to do like 20 different things at one time in order to get everything done in my day. I'm sure many understand that feeling. And that's my oven. I'm working on another project. And I'll probably be telling you about that at some point. But it's kind of a project that I'm doing for someone. And It's a special project for a friend that they don't know about, so I might do some videos because it's something I've had some interest in for a while. But see, you could do like a leaf like that if you wanted to just leave it like that. Just a funky little bit of wiggle, and it's just a thin leaf. I am going to, though, continue doing my bigger leaves. And continue doing these because I like them. And I'm switching around. I'm doing some with dark sides, some with light sides. I don't know, did I mention this, that I'm doing this on palette paper? I don't remember if I said that on that. At this point, that's what I'm working with. Just to do these, because these are basically kind of samples that I'm doing and not things that I'm selling. Just want to be able to keep producing videos. If you have any ideas of things you'd like to see me do, any constructive criticism, you know, I'm willing to listen, and we all can learn from each other. Just keep it positive. That's all I ask. I don't like when it's not positive. Makes me sad. I mean, you could even intermix and just do some like this leaf and some with the bigger. That would be fine too. I love painting leaves. I guess that if you've ever watched any of my other videos and heard me say that, I really do. I don't know why. I think they're fun. Definitely love. Now see, this one I'm going to do more like a heart shape, kind of at the top. Not really the whole thing, but the top. And then I might do a few here. Might. I know, like I said, these are pretty simple. Not, but that's my intent. I'm intending them to be this way. So if you're expecting something more difficult, that's really not my point of doing these series. It's more of, hey, you can paint too, kind of deal. Because I never knew. I mainly stenciled for years. I never knew I could do anything by freehand. Never ever. Alright, and then these are just some, I don't want to say filler leaves because they're really not. I don't really think of them like that. They're just some fun, basically touch and pull kind of leaves. Page filler. So basically I'm just doing like this, turning it a little bit. You can turn them the other direction. I like to do 3s or more. Do it like that. See how pretty it makes it though? I mean, you know, you have these leaves and then you kind of fill up the page more. So maybe they are kind of a page filler, but I'm going to do just a little bit more and then we'll be done. And then I just like to do it, push my brush, pull it up. Light touches. Light touches. And this one's going a different direction. Then you go like this, pull it in, come down here and pull it in like that. And you know what? I think I might add some more up there. It'll make me happy. Alright. I'm going to pull it like it's coming from this one. Okay. It's a little bit heavier. And if you want, I mean, you could pull off of these and just do little sprigs, you know, like this or whatnot, just to kind of fill in the areas a little bit. It doesn't really matter, just lighter. kind of froofier things. Up to you. Alright. Alright, I think we are done. Very simple, simple, simple. This is what I meant it to be. Alright, so there you go. Again, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to leave them down below. If you are new to my channel and have not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell that's down there too, because that way you'll get notifications whenever I upload a new video. And I would love to see any work that you're doing, you know, just to support each other as fellow artists. That would be great. So again, thanks so much for taking the time to view my video. I appreciate you. Make sure that you do give me a big thumbs up if you like the video. Share this with your friends. And until the next video, I will see you then. Have a good one.